Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here. It's time to check out another folding phone, the Galaxy Z Flip 4. Samsung sent this over to us a little bit early, so thanks for that. We are going to unbox it, take a quick look what comes inside. Also, I did just unbox the new Fold 4. Got it right behind me. I can link to that video down in the description, but in this one, we are going to take a look at the all-new Z Flip 4. Very excited for the Z Flip 4. With the Flip 3, one thing I really said was I wanted a larger battery in the Flip model, and this year they actually added a larger capacity battery, so very excited to try this phone out. Also, a lot more content coming soon on the new watches, this phone, the new earbuds, so be sure to subscribe so you're notified when that goes live. I will also link to where the pre-order is down in the description. They do a lot of trade-in value, all that good stuff. But let's take a look and get some hands-on with the new Z Flip 4 from Samsung. Here is our Galaxy Z Flip 4 from Samsung. Side note, I just got the new Galaxy Buds 2 Pro in the mail as well. I will make an unboxing video shortly of that. Anyways, on to that Z Flip 4. Opening it up reveals that purple color that they have. I'm going to set this phone to the side for just a second. Continue through. You also get a SIM ejection tool, our standard booklet, and a USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable for charging. So that's everything that comes in the box. And on to the Flip 4. Let's check out this new phone from Samsung. It is covered in plastic. Let's peel that off very quickly. There we go. Now we can take a good look at that purple color. Flipping it over reveals the folding inside display. Oh man, always so satisfying, especially getting off a phone call. Just see you later. But it does have a nice premium feel, just like the Fold does. So the Flip also Samsung does a really good job with their hinge, making it nice and tight. It's not loose. It's not going to wobble once you have it in a certain spot. It stays there, and then closing it does not feel cheap at all. Anyways, let's go ahead and power on our device and take a close look at that hardware while the phone boots up. Down at the bottom, microphone, USB Type-C port for charging one of our speakers. Moving along the right side is where part of that hinge is. Just make note how seamless that connects there. We have our power button, which also couples as a fingerprint scanner. Volume rockers right above it. Very minimal camera bump, almost non-existent. It just protrudes out just a little bit, and then up towards the top. Another microphone along the left side of the device is where our SIM card slot is, and that's just about it. A close look at that Bora purple color. Looks really nice. It does have a bit of an accent where that hinge is going to be, and up towards the top, just a two-tone coloring with the black up towards the top, because there is a full screen right here with a dual camera system. You have two 12-megapixel lenses, an ultra-wide-angle lens, and a standard wide-angle lens. And of course, let's get a close-up of the hinge mechanism. When you do close it, reveals that Samsung branding, and just a close-up of it when it is fully closed. So fairly seamless down here. Just a little bit of a gap right there. And all the way up, opening. Like I said, just really premium feeling to the hinge. I have no worries whatsoever about these phones not being durable. They are very durable, and I have consistently used them without a case, without issues. All right, opening it up. With that being said, feel free to use a case if you want some extra protection on your phone. Now, I'm gonna run through the startup process and talk about anything that's noteworthy. Very simple to set up that fingerprint scanner, which is built into that power button. Just go ahead and set our thumb down. I also want to make note while I set this fingerprint scanner up that there is a pre-installed screen protector in that front display. You can see a bit of a cutout if that light hits it correctly. So nice that Samsung does include one pre-installed when you get the device. Anyways, continuing through, setting our thumb down, there we go. We can add more fingerprints if you'd like to, maybe that left pointer finger. I'm gonna continue through the setup process. And Samsung gives you tips about taking care of your phone with it being a foldable phone. However, like I mentioned, I have had no issues in terms of durability, in terms of any problems with the hinge or the crease. You are all set up, ready to go. Let's continue through onto the home screen of our new Galaxy Z Flip 4. So I just switched the wallpaper, and you have a ton of customization options that pop up, such as a color palette, which will change buttons, icons within the system, and various apps. You can change it on the fly to something that you like. You can apply them to the icons as well. So there we go. Our new wallpaper is pre-installed. Here is a close-up of that 6.7-inch dynamic AMOLED display. This goes up to 120 hertz, so it does look very smooth. And there's a close-up that you can see that screen protector that's pre-installed with the cutout around that front-facing camera. But the display looks very good. It looks very smooth when using it because of that 120 hertz. And very quickly, diving into settings, display, just to show you, it is on adaptive, so it will go up to 120 hertz. You can bump it down to 60 hertz if you so choose. Now, that isn't the only display on this phone. Obviously, man, it's just so satisfying having a screen that just folds in. It's just really cool. Anyways, like I mentioned, there is this front display. So when it's completely folded shut, not only does it make it more compact, it does have functionality with that front screen. 1.9-inch Super AMOLED display. You can completely customize it. We'll dive into that in a little bit, but you can have actions. It will show notifications, timer, calendar. You can add a widget. If you want to go into the camera, just double press that power button and it will load it on up. You can change the mode by swiping, changing that lens from the ultra wide and the standard wide angle, and just tap to take a picture. So if I swipe through, you can go to video, you can photo, and then portrait mode as well. So a lot of different options. If you want to take a picture, you could just tap, or you can press that volume rocker, which I usually do, or you could just tap the screen. I don't like to do that unless I'm using, okay, so it does give you a bit of a timer if you tap the screen, which is nice because if you're using your right hand, you can get your thumb out of the way of the lenses. So very functional, and a way that you can use those main lenses, which are going to take better pictures than that inside front-facing camera lens. And with it opened up, let's just snap a couple quick pictures. Very little shutter lag going into the ultra-wide at 0.5x. You can also zoom in all the way up to 10x, but this is digital zoom, so there is no telephoto lens. So any zooming you do outside of 1x will be digital zoom. And for example, if I'm taking a picture of someone, you can press this icon in the upper right and it will do a screen preview, so then they can get a look of what the lens is seeing and what you're seeing on screen to just help with the picture and the shot. So really nice functionality there. And flex mode is still on the Flip 4. If you go ahead and turn it, you'll notice the app automatically recognizes it, cuts it in half. You have the viewfinder up towards the top, but now you can go ahead and take a selfie, or oops, I accidentally locked the phone. Sorry about that. You can take a selfie, you can switch it to the rear camera, and even set up a shot for yourself, which is great, especially, whoops, if I have that. Oh, I keep pressing the power button. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, turn that cover screen on, and there we go. I can set up a shot. Obviously, it might be at a different angle, a better angle, but I can take a picture of myself and angle it how I want to without even having to use a tripod. And this does have the latest Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 processor. On top of that, you have a 3,700 milliamp hour battery, which has increased in size. However, the weight and size of this phone does not feel much different than the previous model, which is a very welcome addition. I'm very pleased that they went with a larger battery. That was just something that was needed from the previous generation. You do also get an IPX8 rating for water resistance. So if you accidentally splash some water, it gets caught in the rain, I would not worry about it, which is fantastic on a folding phone. Also just testing out that fingerprint scanner, very quick, very accurate. Flex mode can also be used across a bunch of different apps. So if I'm in an app, say like Chrome, an icon will show up, you tap it there, and you can customize what apps will use the flex mode panel. So for now, I switched it to Chrome, and there we go. It recognizes that it is in flex mode. So now you have a group of options such as sound, brightness, screenshot, bring down your notifications, but you also have a trackpad option. And you'll notice a full cursor will show up towards the top. It'll even switch if you need to click on something. You can use gestures, 2 fingers to scroll. If I just click on an icon, it just works like it would a normal trackpad on a laptop. Really neat. Now finally, let's go back into our settings. You don't just have to use these navigation buttons. You can actually switch it to gestures if you so choose. It's up to you. There are also other gestures that you can enable, like lift to wake. You can also have fingerprint scanner gestures. So if you want to open the notification panel with your thumb using that fingerprint scanner, you can do so. Like I mentioned, you can completely customize that cover screen, including the clock style. There's a ton of different ones, different clocks, different fonts, different pictures on there. It's really up to you how you want to customize that. And on top of that, the widgets that are used if you want to be able to see the weather, if you want to see Samsung Health, direct dial, smart things, you can reorder them. So you'll notice there's a lot of different ones. It's very nice to have a music one when the phone's closed, I'm listening to music. Nice to be able to control that. Anyways, that is just about everything I wanted to show off for now with the new Galaxy Z Flip 4 from Samsung. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think if you're going to pick up one of these folding phones. Like I mentioned, more content coming soon on this phone. The Fold as well, which I have in my pocket right now. So more videos to come on both of these devices. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to click that thumbs up. And as always, thanks for watching.